I'm Joanna Small, the Public Information Officer for the Wheat Ridge Police Department. It's Friday, July 28th, and this is your WRPD Video Week in Review. Here's a summary of some of the most notable incidents your Wheat Ridge patrol officers responded to over this past week. Overnight last night, officers went to the 10,000 block of I-70 Frontage Road South for reports that a man was causing a disturbance in that area. Clearance of his name in law enforcement databases revealed he did have a nationwide arrest warrant for first-degree sodomy out of Alabama. He was jailed on that warrant. During the day yesterday, officers were called to a pawn shop in the 5900 block of West 44th Avenue for reports a suspect with a felony warrant was inside and had possibly driven a stolen vehicle to that location. The suspect ran from officers but was taken into custody after a brief foot chase. The SUV was indeed stolen out of Wheat Ridge just a few days prior. Officers located paraphernalia and what were likely stolen items inside it, as well as identification and personal documents belonging to a number of other people. The suspect was arrested for motor vehicle theft, ID theft, drug paraphernalia, and obstruction. He was also jailed on that outstanding felony warrant. Overnight on July 25th, officers contacted a suspect on I-70 westbound near Wadsworth who was illegally walking along the highway. He appeared to be attempting to hitchhike. He originally lied about his name and could not provide identification, so officers used a mobile fingerprint scanner to identify him. It turned out he had a no-bond felony warrant out of Oklahoma for failure to register as a sex offender. He was transported to the hospital for a medical clearance to be jailed and faces new charges for obstruction and false reporting. Overnight on July 24th, a man called 911 from the RTD G-Line station to report that he was attacked and his phone and glasses were stolen. When officers contacted him, his story became inconsistent. He was intoxicated by his own admission, and a family member we contacted told us that his phone was either lost or stolen several days prior in Denver. The man was transported to the hospital for a check of well-being and was issued a summons for false reporting. On July 23rd, officers were called to Applejack Liquors for a business alarm. They contacted two people with warrants for their arrest as well as drugs on their persons. One of the suspects was 8 months pregnant and high on fentanyl, so she was transported to the hospital. As a result, she was released to the care of the hospital and her warrants were re-entered into the system. The other suspect was jailed on his warrants and both faced new charges for drug possession. That same shift of officers was doing what we call directed enforcement at one of our motels when they came across an occupied stolen vehicle. Two passengers bailed out and fled on foot but were caught. The driver fled through the grass in the vehicle. One of the occupants who we caught had been entered as a missing person out of Arvada. Neither passenger was charged, and the investigation into the driver and the search for that stolen vehicle is ongoing. On July 22nd, officers contacted the at-fault driver of a rear-end collision at West 44th Avenue in Wadsworth. They learned she had a suspended driver's license, as well as no insurance and both felony and misdemeanor warrants for her arrest. Her vehicle also had an expired temporary tag. She was transported to the hospital, where she was discovered to have drugs in her possession, as well as someone else's identification. She will be jailed on the warrants and faces a number of new charges as well. Also on July 22nd, officers were dispatched to the area of I-70 Frontage Road South and Carr Street regarding an indecent exposure incident. A man was seen publicly masturbating in that area. Officers located the suspect and found he also had a warrant for his arrest. He was jailed on that warrant and faces new charges for indecent exposure. On July 21st, the victim of a motorcycle theft from 2020 located her dirt bike for sale on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Officers learned the address of where the stolen bike was being kept, and a WRPD officer went to that location in Aurora. The bike was recovered, returned to its rightful owner, and additional suspect information was obtained. The investigation is ongoing. There were also several significant incidents we told you about this week as standalone posts on our various social media pages. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, officers located a woman who was caught on surveillance video several days prior stealing a cell phone from someone inside of a store. She returned to the scene of the crime and was contacted by our officers, who then found the suspect to be in possession of a ledger containing all kinds of personal information for other people. She also had enough drugs on her person to face distribution charges. Additionally, she had a felony warrant for, you guessed it, identity theft. She now faces half a dozen new charges. On Wednesday, Wheat Ridge patrol officers in the West Metro SWAT team participated in a standoff that went through most of the night involving a kidnapping suspect out of Arapahoe County. It occurred at an apartment in the 10,200 block of 44th. He was eventually safely taken into custody by SWAT operators. And lastly, yesterday we told you about the 2016 black Audi A4 with Arizona plate number BEA1BYA stolen from outside the Circle K on Kipling. The owner had run inside the convenience store and taken her key fob, but left her two dogs in the car with the car running. Someone stole the car and released one of the dogs immediately. We asked the public to be on the lookout for the car, as well as this sweet boy, Malachi, who was found dumped outside an animal shelter hours later. As of this release of this video, we are still looking for the vehicle, but are happy to report that both of the dogs are now safe and uninjured. And don't forget, Tuesday is National Night Out. We'll be at Hayward Park right outside the police department from 4 until 7 with a whole lot of goodies, from our SWAT equipment to motorcycles to our patrol vehicles. You can meet our officers, enjoy some free food and entertainment, and maybe win a bike for your kiddo in our raffle. We really hope to see you there. This is how we work to build relationships with you in a casual, no pressure environment. That's all for now. We'll see you next time. And remember, if you need us, we are always just minutes away.